and the way that things are being rushed, and the way information and character development isn't being put into this, read the manga ASAP to get a full grasp of this arc, because especially with this arc, the anime is making this arc feel more shallow, because this arc, even though it does have a lot of action, there's a lot of character development, a lot of exploration, especially with Kinaki. We find out more about his past, about, why he lives alone, and, seeing the whole thing with his mother and his aunt, and this is actually the time where Rize and Kinaki's mind actually shows up. This is the actual time where that's supposed to happen. And Kinki is supposed to, realize that, prior to this, he's always been on the losing side. For his whole life, he's always been on the losing side. He hasn't been able to protect anybody. So, and Kinki actually, through that, he does develop, and from this wimpy ass character that we've known for episode 1 to a fucking badass, okay? But, and they're like, but anyway, this episode, even though they skipped a lot of chapters and just taking the biggest event from them, essentially the CCG is going in there and attacking Oga. I can't even pronounce that. To this day I can't pronounce it. I'm gonna try to, but don't blame me if I fail. Ogaritri, I think how you pronounce it, but they're basically going in to attack them, and essentially it's the start of this little mini war, you could say. And we get more about Jason, aka Yamori, and essentially his name, it's like we find out about his past and why he's the way he is. He isn't this way just cause. We find out that he was actually captured by one of the CCG, and they tortured him, and just so he could keep a somewhat sane mind, just not go completely batshit crazy, what he does is he creates this little personification inside of him to keep him somewhat sane. And honestly, I don't blame him for the way he is, because it's in a way, it's okay. Think about it like this, okay? Say there's a kid, right? And this kid is being beat when they're, young, and after getting beat enough times, when they grow up, they're the big chance they might be, they're kids, It's just that whole thing. When something bad happens to you, that shit stays with you. So the same thing here. Jason was tortured by somebody, so much to the point where he was just gonna go insane, where he had to create this personification to keep himself somewhat sane, and now he's torturing people, So that's where it's a cause and effect, so yeah. But anyway, we get we see the psychopath that is Suzuya Juzo, and Juzo goes in there. He takes, I'm assuming it's his boss's motorcycle, and just straight up is doing some crazy tricks on that shit. Jumps off it, starts shooting the gun like he got infinite fucking bullets. Jumps through the window and just starts going straight up fucking rampage. So he's fucking crazy. And since I know the anime is not gonna get into Suzuya's backstory on why he is the way he is, I'm just gonna say fuck yeah. I'm just gonna explain it right now, because this is explained in the next arc, or it's explained after this arc. And for people who only gonna watch the anime, not gonna read the manga, I'm just gonna say, essentially, if you want to watch Suzuya is so crazy and so bad and so insane, essentially the way it is with Suzuya is essentially when Suzuya was young, he was raised by ghouls. Well, he was raised by this one ghoul, this one female ghoul. And essentially, she, in a way, did what Jason doing to Kaneki, and in a way, tortured him. And then she started, dressing him up as a girl and all that stuff, which is why it's sometimes hard to tell from his appearance whether he's a boy or a girl. plus the fact that he doesn't have any, but yeah, that's essentially Shizu's backstory. But anyway, getting back to the, we see Amon with a new quinque, and we find out that Mondo, he had a collection of quinque, and he had one that was perfect for Amon. So in case Mondo ever died, he wanted Amon to have this quinque. So, and it's essentially like Amon's former quinque, that Kaneki broke. Except with this one, he could split it in two and use it dual wield it, which is fucking awesome as hell. But yeah, and Kaneki, at the end of this, as you see in the opening, where he has like white hair. At the end of this episode, we see a little bit of Kaneki. We see a little tip of Kaneki's hair, and it's white. So definitely they are rushing a lot of stuff. They really are. Because Kaneki, if I'm correct, he was tortured for about 9-10 days. And, well, from the way the anime making it look like, it's making it look like maybe like 2-3 days. But, yeah. Overall, this episode, I like the episode. The action was good, but I'm really more or less upset about is how they're skipping proper development and story and all that stuff. And next episode, Kaneki can do some crazy, batshit crazy stuff, right? But the thing about it is they go into Toka and Ayato's backstory, like, their family and all that stuff. And if they skip that, which I bet they probably will, and if they don't skip it, they're probably gonna give you a shorter version of that. So this is why I say read the manga, okay? And also the whole thing with Banjo, being in there telling Kaneki, we're gonna get you out here as soon as we can. And yeah, that's filler. Banjo was nowhere in that room with Kaneki. In that room, the only people that were there were Kinagi, Jason, and whoever was cleaning the blood from the floor. So I guess, the Rize and Kaneki's subconscious. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, tell me the episode. I'll catch you guys later.